Hi everyone, it's Kino here. So nice to see you, and thanks for joining for this special fundraiser class in honor of International Yoga Day and Yoga Gives Back. So first of all, thanks so much for being a part of that. I really appreciate it. If you are inspired to donate to this really wonderful cause that I've been a part of for many years, it'd be really awesome. And this is a way that we're celebrating International Yoga Day by lifting up the charity Yoga Gives Back, which Yoga Gives Back has been on the ground in India providing microloans for women and children and other marginalized groups within India, and also providing education grants, and now during these COVID times has shifted into providing just resources to help keep everyone healthy and sustained within India. So thank you so much for being a part of this special donation class. It's really awesome. So let's see what we're gonna do today. This is a 1-hour yoga drills class. And for those of you who are regulars right here with me on Om Stars, you know that yoga drills is the place where we get to work on strength and build kind of some foundational technique and alignment that breaks down your access point and your entry into some of the more challenging yoga postures of the series. So I like to work with 2 yoga blocks. So I have 2 yoga blocks seated right here. If you want to take a moment and grab 2 blocks, and we'll put those to use during the class. If you don't have 2 yoga blocks, you're probably practicing at home. So I would imagine that you have 2 big books of some type or another that you could grab and practice with that today. So with that in mind, let's get started. And I want the focus of today's practice to be on developing the strength to really get the lift up position. So we're going to be doing a lot of core, shoulders, and integration to get that lift up feeling. And this is something that, gosh, I was really stuck at for many years of my life. So let's get started. Come on down to a comfortable seated position. And after you settle on your mat for a moment, close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Bring your hands together. We'll initiate the space of practice with the sound Om. A long deep breath in. As you exhale, rest your hands down to any comfortable position. Check in with your breath. Establish a contact with the natural pace of inhalation and exhalation. Then check in with your body. Notice how your body is feeling, whether energized or not energized. Check in with your emotions and your thoughts, and notice if there are any emotions or thoughts that kind of become present into your field of awareness. And then allow yourself a long deep breath in. And as you exhale, let's open the eyes. Very good. Okay, we're gonna get started now. This is kind of my go-to beginning of every yoga drills class. You'll activate the muscles of the pelvic floor to create a sense of stabilization. And then inhale, you know it's coming, arms out to a T shape. All right, my yoga drills regulars, good job. Spread the shoulder blades away from each other and we'll stay for 5 breaths. 1, 2, steady breathing. 3, 4, we're almost there. Just warming up the shoulders. And now we'll do the arm circles. So let's just roll the shoulders forward. Very good. And don't overdo it. And just kind of nicely massage the shoulder joint. That's very good. Easy does it. We'll do 2 more. Last one. Back to neutral. And then we'll reverse direction. So we just start to go in the other direction. Building that little bit of strength, building that little bit of movement and flexibility throughout the shoulders. Just keep working. That's it. We're almost there. And big reach. Spread the shoulder blades away from each other. Draw the navel deeply in. And then exhale, come on down. Good. So now we're going to shake out the shoulders and let's put that block to use. I'm going to put my hair up now so you can really get a keen understanding of what we do with the shoulders and also get out of my face. So here we go. Let's grab that block. And I want you to take the block straight above your head. Very good. And then drawing the elbows in, activating again the muscles of the pelvic floor. And then we're going to wrap the elbows in, and you kind of almost want to put the block at the level of the hairline and almost touch the elbows. But especially for those of you who are naturally flexible, please don't touch the elbows. We'll hold for 5. 1, 2, easy does it. 3, 4, and 5. We're going to go up and down about 5 times. Inhale, straighten your arms, lift the block up. Very good. Exhale, elbows in, almost touch, but don't touch. Inhale, straighten the arms, come up. Very good. Exhale, bend the elbows, come down. We got 3 more. Inhale, straighten the arms, come up. Exhale, bend the elbows, come on down. Again, inhale, straighten the arms, come up. Exhale, bend the elbows, come down. And we're gonna do 1 more. Inhale, straighten the arms, come up. Exhale, bend the elbows. This one will hold for 5. 1, 2, if you're feeling the shoulders slightly burning, that's normal, can be expected. 3, 4, and now we're gonna straighten the arms for 5 breaths. So inhale, we come up, hold for 5. 1, if you're feeling a little fatigue in the shoulders, just watch your own body, work at your own pace. 2, try to activate your front body strength by drawing the muscles of the lower belly in. 3, ribs in a little bit. 4, and 5. Exhale, bend the elbows, straighten, put the block down, shake out the shoulders. Good job. Now put the block over to the side and we're going to work on a position that I use a lot, particularly in the yoga drills classes, which is retraction and protraction of the shoulder. I'm going to turn to the side so that we can really work on this. And if you get this position, it's really going to kind of get you to supercharge your lift up. So I want you to take your left arm out and then find your connection inside your armpit. And that's meaning put your thumb inside the armpit. Then stabilize the front body, find the muscles of the pelvic floor, the ribs draw in towards each other. And then I want you to draw the humerus into the socket. So you just get this feeling that the arm bone plugs into the shoulder socket, which creates a kind of, I want to say, tension around the armpit. And this is the retracted shoulder position, as though you've plugged the arm bone into its socket. Then without changing your collarbone or your chest, I want you to protract or push forward. Good. So now we're going to retract and protract 3 times on this side. Retract, arm bone into the socket. Protract, forward. Retract, arm bone into the socket. Protract, push forward. 1 more. Retract, arm bone into the socket. Protract, push forward. Very good. Relax your shoulder. I'm going to turn around and we're going to do it from the other side. You're welcome to stay in the same position if you like, just so that you can see me better. Okay. Inside of the armpit, now drawing the muscles of the lower abdomen in, then retract the shoulder and kind of plug that arm bone into the socket. Very good. Then protract, push forward, and still keep that little bit of activation inside the armpit. Very good. Now we're going to retract and protract 3 times. So retract, back and in, protract, forward and away, retract, back and in, it's looking good, protract, forward and away, last one, retract, back and in, protract, forward and away. Good. Now rest your right arm for a moment, shake your shoulders, and now let's see if we can do both arms at the same time, okay? Come forward and we're going to flatten the hands like you're pushing into the ground. You're going to firm up the muscles of the lower abdomen and then retract. Plug your arm bones into their sockets and then protract, forward and away. Retract, arm bones into their sockets, protract, forward and away. And the arms grow longer when you protract, which is handy for lift ups. Okay, let's do 3 more. Retract, arm bones into your sockets, protract, forward and away. Again, retract, arm bones into the socket, protract, forward and away. 2 more times. Retract, protract, retract. retract, protract, big push. Last one, retract. Keep your shoulder blades away from each other, protract, big push. All right, shake out the shoulders, shake out the elbows. Very good. Now let's come over onto your hands and knees. So you want to turn over onto your hands and knees, and we're going to take a tabletop position. And as you take your tabletop position, I want you to grip your fingertips, root down into the knuckles and the heels of the hands, and we're going to just hold this tabletop position for 5 breaths. Pay attention to what the natural position of your spine is as you're moving into tabletop. For example, do you immediately kind of sag the spine, or do you immediately over round? And see if you can kind of find a neutral resting point for your tabletop position. And again, we stay for 5. Let's say we've been here for about 3. So let's take 2 more breaths and draw the navel a little bit in. Good. And now we're going to retract and protract, and this is going to help warm your wrists up as well. So let's retract and go down and little forward, and protract and back and away. Retract, take your weight down and little forward, protract, back and away. Retract, you go down and little forward, protract, back and away. It's looking good. Retract, go down and little forward, and protract, back and away. Let's do 3 more. Retract, down and little forward, protract, back and away. Retract, down and little forward, protract, back and away. Last one. Retract, we'll go down and little forward, and protract, back and away. Walk your knees in and sit down on the heels, and we're going to shake the wrists out. Many people complain about the wrists not being warmed up or the wrists being a little bit stiff. So before we can really lift our weight completely off the ground, let's make sure the wrists are fully prepared. So again, come back to your tabletop position. We're just going to do a little bit of wrist warm up now. You can think about these next movements like almost like wrist push-ups. So inhale and come up onto your knuckles, and then exhale there, push weight down, then inhale, come up onto your fingertips. Exhale, knuckles. Exhale again, heels of the hands. Inhale, up to the knuckles. Inhale again, push with the fingers. Exhale, onto your knuckles. Exhale again, heels of the hands, and keep your body weight pitched forward. We'll do it 2 more times. Inhale, up to the knuckles. Push into the fingers. Inhale again, onto the fingers. Exhale, down onto the knuckles. Again, exhale, down onto the heels of the hands. Very good. Let's do 2 more. Up onto the knuckles. Inhale all the way up, push the fingers. Exhale, back to the knuckles. Exhale, come on down to the heels of the hands. Last one. Up onto the knuckles. Up onto the fingertips. Down onto the knuckles, down onto the heels of the hands. And now, keep your shoulders retracted, tuck your tailbone a little bit, and then let's just try to pitch your body weight forward and down. That looks good. Let's hold it for 5. 1, 2, so relax the neck, keep your gaze between the hands. 3, shift your shoulders, little forward. 4, almost there. 5, take the weight out of the hands. We'll take cat and cow now. Inhale, extend the spine, long, deep breath in. Exhale, round and tuck all the way under. Inhale, extend the spine, long, deep breath in. Exhale, round, let's tuck it under. Do the last one. Inhale, extend, long, deep breath in. Exhale, round, all the way under. Walk your hands a little bit forward, curl your toes under, and downward facing dog. So we can inhale on up to downward facing dog. Okay, let's say hello to our dog this morning. Hello, downward dog. How are you? And we'll stay for 5. 1, 2, start to lengthen and deepen the breath. 3, moving the shoulder blades away from the spine. 4, almost there. And 5. 5, walk half the distance in. So what I like to say is your forward fold is your kind of hidden secret to strength. So we'll take a hanging forward fold, soft bend in the knees, layer your arms over each other, and inhale, hips back and up. Now let your body just kind of sway and swing. If that feels right for you, or if you want to just kind of hang in one place and not move, that's okay too. We're going to do it 3 times, so this is the first one. Just let your forward fold do what it wants to do. Don't overdo it on the first one. Just explore the places of tightness. Okay, let's bend the knees. We'll relax hamstrings for a moment. And then inhale, again, lengthen. See if you can bring your attention to your back muscles and see if your back muscles can lengthen a little bit as you spiral around here. Let's do one more. Long, deep breath in. Long, deep breath out. Very good. Okay, let's bend the knees. And then last one. Inhale, hips back and up. And you can relax and release the spine. Easy does it. Keeping the mind quiet. Feeling the length from the soles of the feet into the pelvis, through the spine. Nice and easy. Okay, now bend your knees and leave your chest on your thighs, taking your hands forward. Push weight into the shoulders, and we're going to step back to plank pose. Good. Let's say hello to our first plank of the day. Keeping the feet together, gripping your fingertips. Let's try to move the shoulders into that retracted position and draw the muscles of the lower abdomen in. Okay, we're going to hold it for 5. 1, 2. You can activate your glutes a little bit. 3, pitching your shoulders a little forward. 4 and 5. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Let's go for a big breath in. Exhale, downward facing. Push on back to downward dog. 5 more breaths in downward dog. Just get everything again nicely warmed up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switch your gaze forward. Now we're going to bend the knees and put the knees on the ground. So now we're going to practice retract, protract. Point the toes for this one, squeeze the knees in. And now this is going to be a big weight bearing, all right, more than before. Last time we retracted, we moved down and forward and protract away. This time I want you to retract, go down and forward, protract, keep your weight over your shoulders, activate the muscles of serratus anterior and latissimus dorsi. So let's do it 5 times. Retract, go down and little forward, protract, back and in. Retract, down and little forward. Keep your weight forward. Big push. Again, retract, down and little forward. Draw the ribs in. Big push. Keep your weight over your hands. 2 more times. Retract, down and little forward. Fire up your torso. Last one. Retract, down and little forward. Fire up the torso. Keep it forward. Good. Keep your weight back, and let's exhale. Come back to child's pose. Give your wrists a little bit of a break. If you want to pedal out your wrists, you could do that, or make them into little fists and just release a little bit of the area that we've recruited. A nice deep breath in, nice deep breath out. Good. Come on back up, and now you got 2 options. We can repeat the same movement from the hands and knees, or if you want to try it from plank, there's an opportunity to try it from plank. So let's come back up onto your hands and knees. If we're going for plank, let's step one leg back, tuck your tailbone, come on all the way up. And now, here we go. Retract, down and little forward. Protract, keep your weight over your hands. Retract, down and little forward. Protract, weight stays over the hands. Retract, down and little forward. Protract, weight stays over the hands. 2 more times. Retract, down and little forward. Protract, weight stays over the hands. Last one, retract, down and little forward. Protract, weight stays over the hands. Exhale, chaturanga. If you need to modify, you're welcome to. Inhale, upward facing. On exhale, come on back to our friend, the downward dog. Long, deep breath in. Long, deep breath out. 2 more breaths. Just settle. If you need to child's pose for a moment, then you can always enter child's pose to come to a more complete rest. We'll stay here for 1 more breath. Long, deep breath in. Long, deep breath out. Very good. Come down onto your knees and grab your yoga blocks, and I want you to set them up where your hands are. We're going to use a little bit of the extra height of the yoga blocks to do knee in plank. And when we take knee in plank, this is the beginning of getting that feeling of really lifting your whole body completely off of the ground. All right, so here we go. Let's take the hands right in the center of the blocks. And it's important that you have a nice wide block or a nice wide book so that you're not gripping with your fingertips. You want to replicate the feeling of the floor as though the floor has just been elevated a little bit on the blocks. All right, ready? Tuck the tailbone, step one leg back, the other leg back. Here we got plank. Now, right knee into the chest. Good. Hold. 1, 2, it's looking good. 3, 4, step it back. Left knee into the chest. 1, 2, good. 3, 4, step it back. Repeat. Right side into the chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, step it back. Left side. 1, 2, 3, navel is in. 4, 5, 1 more set. Right side. 1, 2, 3, fire it up. 4, and step it back. Left side. 1, 2, keep it steady. 3, 4, 5, step it back. Hold your plank. Stay on the blocks. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing. Let's get a big breath in. I love upward facing on the blocks. Exhale, downward facing. Okay, stay on the blocks. 1 deep breath in. 1 deep breath out. You might be feeling like a little fire just got turned on. That's all good. Let's do 1 more. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay, so now staying on the blocks, we're going to repeat the same movement, but it's going to be a little faster. So I want you to tuck your tailbone in, pitch your weight over your shoulders, inhale right side, exhale back, inhale left side, exhale back, inhale right side, exhale back, inhale left side, exhale back, inhale right side, exhale back, inhale left side, exhale back, inhale right side, exhale back, inhale left side, exhale back, inhale right side, exhale back, inhale left side, exhale back, right side, move it back, left side, we do 3 more, right side, move it back, left side, move it back, 2 more, right side, move it back, left side, move it back, last one, right side, left side, plank, plank, exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing, give me a big breath in. Exhale, downward facing, big breath out. Keep your hands on the blocks, switch your gaze forward, roll over your toes, come down to a kneeling position and sit down. We're gonna give your wrists a little bit of a break. So give me a little shake, looking good. Just nice and light. Okay, shall we do it? Should we lift up? What do you say? I think I'm ready. I hope you're ready too. We're going to take low lasana position, which I like to try on this high tower position of the blocks. This makes it more accessible for many people and just a little bit easier to focus on the work that needs to be done in the center of the body. So let's take your hands on the blocks. You ready? Curl your toes under. And then tuck the tailbone and sink a little bit back. Good. So let's just get kind of comfy here. Check in with your abdomen. In order to lift up in Lolasana, your abdomen will need to be quite firm. So draw the navel in, straighten the arms, and just start to come up onto the tips of your toes. If you're already off the ground, wonderful. If not, let's take one foot off the ground and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and switch. 1, 2. You can also just stay up if you're up. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale all the way down. Sit down. We'll shake it out. Interlock your fingers and give yourself a little break here. Lifting the chest. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Let's do it again. We're going to do 2 more times. So I want you to take your hands on the blocks, curl the toes under, and then get comfy in the kind of perched squat position. So you're going to retract your shoulders as they begin to bear weight, and then you're going to protract to lift your body up off the ground. See if you can find that. So you retract, you dip into, and then you protract to pick it up. 1, 2. You can alternate your feet right about now if you're not fully up. 3, 4, and curl the toes. Sink the knees down. Exhale down. Again, little shake. Good job. Interlock the fingers and let's expand the chest a little bit. Very good. All right. Last one. Hands on the blocks. Don't get frustrated with yourself. Just do your best. And this could take years to get that feeling of really lifting off the ground. Last one for today of Lolasana. We'll curl under. Press into the shoulders. And then retract to bear the weight and protract to lift. 1, 2, 3. Firm up your abdomen. 4 and 5. Curl the toes under. Exhale, knees down. Rest. Interlock fingers. Expand the chest. 1 deep breath in. 1 deep breath out. And then light shake of the hands. Good. Okay. Let those go and maybe you can do a little open palms for a moment. Just flashing the hands. Good. Okay, now we're going to practice a little bit of extra weight bearing. So I want you to stack the blocks behind you. So we're going to stack them right on top of each other. So this is going to help you do an elevated plank. If the blocks that you have are not stable and you don't feel comfortable stepping on top of them, then just go in front of your sofa and put your feet up on your sofa or any big armchair that's not going to bobble around. All right? So now, I want you to place your 1 foot up on the block and make sure again that it's nice and stable. And then the other foot up on the block and come on up to plank. Good. Let's draw the navel in and we'll hold for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Now push weight into your left leg and lift your right leg up off of the block. Keep your weight in your hands. 2, 3, 4, and draw the right knee into your chest. 1, 2, good. 3, 4, and 5. Delicately step back on the block and switch. Left leg comes up. 1, 2, not too high. 3, 4, and left knee into your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, step it back. Let's give ourselves a little break. You can sink the knees down, come off of the blocks, and then walk forward. Let's take child's pose for a moment. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 1 more. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay. Let's come back up. We're going to do it again. The next one's going to be a tad harder. So I'm going to invite you to bend the elbows when you're up there. If that's too hard, just ignore me, okay? So let's find the blocks, make sure they're nice and stable. Let's test out that bent elbow position first. Exhale, bend your elbows, come forward. And inhale, straighten the arms. If that was difficult, you might not want to try it when we add the extra challenge. Right leg off the block, hold. Bend the elbows. 1, 2, 3, 4, and straighten. Good. Right knee into your chest. Bend your elbows. 1, 2, 3, 4, and straighten. Step it back. Left leg comes up. Bend the elbows. 1, 2, 3, 4, and straighten. Left knee into the chest. Bend the elbows. 1, 2, 3, 4, and straighten. Step back on the blocks. You can step off the blocks. Sink the knees down. Exhale, take full child's pose. Hands by the feet. Good, how you doing? You should be feeling nice and toasty right about now. Very good. One more breath. Inhale, come up. I know that was hard, but I'd love to do it one last time. What do you say? This is one of these movements that if you want to get the feeling of lift up, jump back, bending your elbows and carrying your weight forward, so important, all right? So let's do it one more time. You ready? If you thought it was easy, go take your feet up a wall and make it harder. You can always make it harder if you want to. If it was very hard, just maybe come off the blocks, all right? Okay, one more time. It's the last one. We move on to something else, all right? So let's come up nicely on the blocks. Good. Good. Okay. Test it out first. Bend the elbows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on up. Right leg comes up. Bend the elbows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Straighten up. Right knee into the chest. Bend the elbows. 1. Make sure your body weight is forward. 2, 3, 4, and straighten. Step back. Good. Last side. Left side up. Bend the elbows. 1, 2, 3, and straighten. Left knee into the chest. Bend the elbows. 1. Watch your lower abs. 2, 3, and straighten. Step it back. Step off. Come down. Interlock your fingers. Left. Deep breath in. Oh, I'm sweating. Are you sweating too? I got a little toasty from that one. Okay, let's shake it out and move your blocks away. So step the blocks over to the side for a little bit. Now, hands forward. This is going to feel easy right now. Exhale, chaturanga. How easy was that? Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Cross your feet. Come on down to seated. Now we're going to work some more lift up position, but we're going to do it from seated. So I want you to tuck your tailbone a little bit under. Hold onto the knees until your sacrum touches the ground. You find the sacrum on the ground, then squeeze your knees into each other. Activate your glutes and hands forward. 1, 2, 3. The navel is in. Keep breathing. 4, 5. Go a little lower. 1, 2, 3. Almost there. 4, 5. Inhale, come up. Open the knees. We have to release the front body. We've been doing a lot of front body squeeze. So not interlock. Place your hands on the ground and grip your fingertips down. And then inhale, hips up and forward. And we've got reverse tabletop. Hold for 5. 1, 2. The navel is in. 3. Open the hips. 4 and 5. Exhale down. Now point. Hands forward, and this time try to do it with only the tips of the toes on the ground and the hands forward. Exhale, first the sacrum only. 1, 2, navel in. 3, 4, and 5. Your lower back on the ground. 1, 2, 3. Keep working, squeeze your glutes. 4, 5. Inhale, come up. Open the knees, hands behind you. 1 breath only this time. Inhale, left. Big breath in. Exhale, sink down. Point the feet. And this time, Navasana if you like. We'll hold Navasana for 5. 1, 2, 3. Keep working. 4, 5. Exhale, lower down to your hollow body. 1, 2. If it's too much, go back to one of the previous options. 3, 4, 5. Back up to Navasana. Open the knees, hands behind you. 1 big breath in. Inhale. Lift the hips, sending them up and forward. Exhale, sink it down. We've got 2 more times. Inhale, Navasana. 1, 2, 3. The navel is in. Big breathing. 4, 5. Exhale, lower hollow body. And there's an option to bring your hands above your head for this one. 1, 2, 3. Keep working. 4, 5. Change your hands. Back up to Navasana. Open the feet. Hands behind you. Inhale, lift. Big up. Open the pelvis. Exhale, sink it down. Last one. Toes point. Navasana. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep working. 5. Exhale, come on down. And invitation, hands above your head. 1, 2, 3. Keep working. 4, 5. Change the hands. Come up. Open the feet. Reverse tabletop. This one we hold for 5. Inhale, we pick it up. 1, 2. Keep breathing. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, sit down. Straighten out your legs. Dandasana position. Lift up the center of the chest and flex your feet. 1. Gaze at the nose tip. 2, 3, 4. Almost there. 5. Paschimottanasana. Reach forward. You can hold on to your ankles. You can hold on to your big toes. Draw the navel in. Big prepare. Exhale. Fold. 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Keep breathing. 4, 5. Inhale, lift your head up. Exhale, we'll deepen. Paschimottanasana. Hold on to your feet. Interlock your fingers as you like. Inhale, prepare. Deep breath in. Exhale, fold. 1. Keep drawing the navel in and strengthen your thighs. 2, 3, 4. Almost there. 5. Inhale, we lift the head up. Exhale here. Now release your feet. Walk your hands back. Now we're going to practice the strength we need for the L-sit, which is another powerful lift-up movement. So let's do one by one the legs. Rotate your tailbone under and then inhale, right leg comes up. Good. Hold. Head to the knee. 2, 3. If you want to change your hands, you can point the hands back. It can relax the wrists a little bit. So if those are feeling fatigued, change your hands to point away. 4 and 5. Inhale, roll forward and exhale, leg down. Inhale again, and left leg comes up. And you want to lean a little back to lift the leg. Good. 1, 2, it's looking good. 3, 4, very good. Keep trying, keep trying. 5, exhale, leg down. Now we're going to alternate quickly for a set of 5. Inhale, exhale, leg up. Inhale, right leg down. Exhale there. Let's go for the left side. Left side. Send it down, shifting forward, shift it back so you're getting the weight shift. Send it down. Left side comes up and you send it back and in. Shift it forward. We got 2 more. Draw it in. Send it down. Let's do the left side. Roll it back. Looking good. 1 more set. We got the right side. Now we got the left side. Good. Now we got the both sides come up. Good. 1, toes point. 2, roll the shoulders a little forward. 3, now we're going to make it harder. Ready for harder? 4, almost there. If this is hard for you, please stay where you are. Otherwise, come up onto your fingertips, change your hands, and float the hands near the feet. 1, or hold your feet. Whatever is better for you, okay? Or hold onto your calf muscles and draw yourself in. 3, and of course this is Urdhva Mukha Paschimottanasana, which you can do here, you can do here, or you can do hovering. 4 and 5. Straighten the arms. Inhale, lift your head up. Exhale here. Open the knees. Take your hands back behind you. Reverse tabletop. We're going to release the front of the pelvis. We're going to hold this one for a nice big 5. Hips up and forward. 1, 2, 3. Almost there. 4 and 5. Exhale, set it down. Cross your feet. Roll over the shin bones. Let's come on back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing, big breath in. Exhale, downward facing, big breath out. Now we'll stay downward dog just for a moment. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more, deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Walk your feet a little back. Exhale, sink the knees down, and now it's dolphin time. Exhale, elbows down. All right, we've got the elbows shoulder width apart. Now, draw the navel in. Let's do it with the knees down at first. Pitch your body weight forward and down so your head gets close to your thumbs and your back stays relatively rounded. Not super rounded, relatively rounded. Hold for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, soften the neck. 5, straighten the shoulders and align the shoulders back. And now we're going to go down and forward 5 times. Exhale, retract, go down and forward, protract, push it away. Exhale, retract, down and little forward, protract, back and away. 3 more times. Exhale, retract, down and forward, protract, back and away. 2 more times. Retract, down and little forward, protract, back and away. Last one. Retract, down and little forward, protract, back and away. Very good. Now, see if we can stay right here so we can just continue to let the shoulders burn. And we're going to come right up to dolphin. So inhale, stand the legs up, walk in. Then stretch the shoulders in dolphin. So look at your toes. And the heels are as flat as possible, and we'll stay for 5. 1, 2, 3. And if you want to look at your knees, you can also look at the knees. But the idea is just to soften the neck and take an easy gaze. 4 and 5. Now it gets harder. Switch the gaze to the thumbs. And now retract the shoulders as you go down and forward. 1. Activate serratus anterior, activate your lats. 3, 4, and 5. Protract, back and away. 5 times. Retract, down and little forward. Protract, back and away. Retract, down and little forward. Protract, back and away. Retract, down and little forward. Protract, back and away. 2 more times. Retract, down and little forward. Back and away. Retract, down and little forward, come onto your toes, back and away. Last one, we hold for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, come down onto your knees. Straighten the arms. Inhale, up to plank position. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing, big breath in. Exhale, downward facing. Big breath out. Oh, very good. Stay in downward dog for a moment. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 1 more. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And switch your gaze again forward. Cross your feet. Exhale. Come down to seated. And you're going to grab your yoga blocks again. So now we're going to do one more lift up position. As you grab the blocks, This lift up position, I want you to keep the feet in front of the blocks. We're going to explore some different options for this. Cross the legs at the shin bones, at the level sort of in between the shin bones. Then take the hands right into the center of the yoga block, and then we'll keep the feet on the ground for the first one. So shoulders forward, hips back. Hold for 5. 1, 2, and we want to keep the feet in front. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, sink the hips down. That was not too bad, huh? All right, let's do it again. And now you can try to keep your feet off the ground. All right, start with your feet off the ground. So show me feet up. Good. Wiggle the feet a little. Show me feet up. Good. Keep the feet off the ground by activating big front body squeeze. Inhale. 1. Pick it up. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Feet down. The butt goes down. Relax. You can shake your hands out. How'd it go? All right. Give it one more shot. Cross the feet at the level of the shin bones. This is our really big lift up. Okay. Here we go. Inhale, we keep it up. 1, 2, squeeze it in. 3, 4, feet down, hips down. Shake your hands out. Okay, we're gonna do one more. And this next one, I want you to think about, do you wanna repeat the same lift up, or is full lotus position accessible for you? We're not gonna go over like all the drills that can get you into lotus position. We can do that in another class. So this is just if lotus position is accessible. I want you to fold right leg, left leg, lotus position. If lotus is not accessible, no worries. Repeat the same lift up with a simple cross again. Get yourself set up. And now we have the posture, what you could call, or what is often called Utplutihi, the end of every Ashtanga class. All right, so here we go. Now, it's easier. If you can keep your full lotus, lift your knees up. You're gonna pitch your weight forward, and because your legs are folded in your lotus, you're more likely to stay off the ground. Make sure you got your front body squeeze. Inhale, press into the shoulders. 1, 2, lift it, little back and up. 3, good job. 4, squeeze your serratus into the center line. 5, exhale, sit it down. Good. Slowly, gently remove your lotus if you have it. We can take the blocks over to the side. Just gently move those blocks over, scoot them back, cross the feet underneath. You want to jump back, you're welcome to. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing, big breath in. Exhale, downward facing, big breath out. Again, deep breath out. Now we're going to release the shoulders. So I want you to roll through, putting the knees on the ground, taking the hands forward, and now puppy pose. So we'll walk forward, and now you can allow the spine to arch, and you can either rest your forehead on the ground, or you can rest your chest on the ground. And we'll stay for 5. 1, I'd like you to keep your shoulders actively stretching so it's not passive. 2, 3, the navel is in. 4, 5, press into the elbows, come onto your stomach, cobra pose for a couple breaths. You can scoot it back and point your feet, and then lift your chest up. 1, 2, easy does it. 3, don't overdo it, just engage the back muscles lightly. 4, soften the butt muscles. Walk your hands back, wrap the elbows in, and lift a little up. This is just to help release the front body. Don't hit your arms super straight. Keep a little bend, and let your back muscles really do the lifting work. 2, gaze at the nose tip. Don't drop the head back. 3, 4, and 5. Release, walking the hands a little back. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale again, downward facing. Switch the gaze forward, cross your feet. And you're welcome to slide them through if you like. Good, scooting the hips forward. Exhale, roll the spine down to our friend constructive rest posture. Constructive rest is one of my favorite postures in the whole yoga practice. It just really helps the nervous system just kind of settle. So feel your sacrum on the ground. Feel the soles of the feet also gently making contact with the ground. Letting your nervous system just come back into a state of balance, harmony, ease, and flow. Very good. One more breath. Good. Walk your feet in. Now, Viparita Karani, you're going to scoot the knees up into the chest, lift your legs up. Now, if this is not comfortable for you, you could head on over to the wall, place your feet near the wall. Or if it's not comfortable for you to just hover the feet, you could place your sacrum on a block and just let that help you find the support to keep the legs up. You do not need that if you don't want it. Sometimes the block is uncomfortable and a little pillow is better. So we're going to stay here for 5 breaths. 1. Rest your hands anywhere that's comfortable. 2. 3. 4. Almost there. 5. Very good. Okay, now reclining twist. Bend your left knee into the chest, extending your right leg out. Now, I want you to gently exhale as you glide that left knee over. Find a good comfortable resting point. Inhale, lift your left arm up, and then exhale over. So you may feel this release through the chest. If you do, wonderful, especially if you're feeling a little tightness in the pec minor region. That's kind of one of the areas that really works for the lift up and the weight bearing. So we take this last little release as a counter stretch. Close the eyes, wiggle around for a moment, and then settle. 3 more breaths. Two more breaths. Last breath. Very good. Inhale, we'll come back to the center and then prepare to switch the sides. So we'll take a moment extending the left leg, right leg comes into your chest, and then exhale, slide it on over. Now, as you slide the leg over, let it create a kind of a firm foundational point. And then inhale, lift your right arm up, and then exhale, we'll move it on over. As you move over, switch your gaze over to the right side. We'll be here for about 5 breaths, so you may need a little kind of moment to wiggle around and find what works for your body, and then settle. After we settle, it's about 3 more breaths. Long, deep breath in. Long, deep breath out. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Inhale, roll it back to the center. Find constructive rest again, so you can find your sacrum. Settle it onto the ground. Roll your neck from side to side. And then open the palms, open the knees, extend the legs. Now take a long deep rest, a nice deep rest. As you feel your body releasing into the ground, let your mind also release. And let the breath also release. so that you can return to those 3 anchors of awareness that we started the practice with: your breath, your body, your mind. And feel the change in the inner atmosphere from the beginning of practice until now. Noticing any small shifts, being sensitive to the subtleties. Let every cell of the body renew itself, tapping into a flow of energy. Allow yourself to feel the goodness that is within you, vibrating at the frequency of deep peace and harmony. Maintaining that connection into harmony and peace. Allow yourself a deeper breath. Start to reawaken the body through your fingers, toes, your hands and feet. And softly bend the knees and the elbows, reawakening the head, the neck, the torso. And draw the knees up into the chest, giving yourself a little squeeze in. Exhale onto your side. Inhale, come on all the way back up. And closing the eyes for a moment. Settling back in, so we just get that moment to settle. Take a moment here as your energy settles and you integrate the deep work of the practice to say thank you to the tradition of yoga, to the lineage of practitioners in India since time immemorial who have been practicing and keeping the light of yoga alive. So we say thank you. We take a deep pranam, a bow to the teachers and the practitioners who have come before us to honor the lineage of yoga. Place your hands in prayer position, a long deep breath in. And as you exhale, softly open the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me on this practice. May you be happy, may you be peaceful, may you be filled with love. And in honor of the tradition of yoga, namaste. So again, thanks so much for joining everyone. This is a really special practice in honor of International Yoga Day and also a fundraiser for Yoga Gives Back, who is doing really, really awesome work taking the goodness that we all experience in the yoga practice and giving back to Mother India. So if you benefited from this practice, I really invite you to give a little bit of donation to Yoga Gives Back and say thank you. I also invite you, if you enjoyed the yoga drills classes, to come practice with me every Wednesday at 1 o'clock right here on Om Stars so that you can practice with me and we can continue the work of yoga drills. This was kind of like a nice intro level yoga drills practice. Sometimes it gets a little harder, but those of you who are practicing with me, yoga drills regulars, sometimes it can get a little deep and sweaty in there. So I hope everyone enjoyed today's yoga practice. And if you're practicing with us here on Om Stars, we've got more classes for you for the rest of the day. So stay tuned in and keep practicing, keep practicing, keep practicing. I send you a lot of love, everyone. I'll see you again. If you're coming to practice with me tomorrow, 2 o'clock is the yin practice. Wednesday, we get another yoga drill, so got a lot of stuff happening. Send you a lot of love, everyone. See you real soon. Bye.